Welcome back. In the previous class, I have talked the idea of controllability and observability, and I have taken several physical example as well as some kind of hypothetical example to show you that how basically what is basic cause of the lack of the controllability as well as observability. In today's lecture, I am going to give some kind of conditions as well as definition for controllability. So first I will cover the controllability and next lecture I will talk about the observability. So what we have observed in the previous class that controllability is one of the most important notion, because if we are able to understand that some system is controllable, then I can give guarantee that it is possible to steer a state of the system from one point to another point. So suppose I have some kind of linear time varying system or time invariant system, then is it possible to check the controllability or observability by checking some kind of matrix criteria or not? So in today's lecture, we are going to show that just by seeing the input matrix as well as system matrix or some kind of relation between input matrix and system matrix, it is possible to talk about the controllability of system. And another beauty, that if system is controllable, then in today's lecture I am going to tell you that always you are able to design the control action, and I am also going to give the explicit form of that control action. So let us start the today's lecture. So again, I am going to recall whatever we have seen in the previous class, that controllability basically this deals with whether or not the state of a state space equation can be controlled from the input. And in the previous class, I have taken this particular example, and using this example, I have already show you that using this particular current, it is not possible to control this voltage x2, and due to that reason, this system is uncontrollable. So in today's lecture, I'm not going to talk much about this particular example. So this is basic physical example for the motivation purpose. Now I am going to talk about some kind of mathematical criteria. So obviously I am going to start from some kind of differential equation. For time being, I am going to consider the linear time varying system. So what is basic idea? If some result we will develop for linear time varying system, and if AT matrix is constant matrix, then equally that result is valid for linear time invariant system. And due to that reason, first I am going to state definition that is with respect to linear time varying system, because this definition is equally applicable for linear time varying system. And here I am going to consider x dot equal to ATXT plus BT into UT, and this is my output. Most of time, whenever we are talking about controllability, what we have observed that I am interested in those class of problem where we try to see that is it possible to steer the state from one point to another point, and due to that reason, role of output does not come into picture whenever we are talking about the controllability. And due to that reason, in several books, if you see, then people are just talking x dot equal to ATXT plus BTU. In this particular lecture, I am assuming that x belongs to Rn, u belongs to Rk, and yt belongs to rm. So these kind of things, I think that several times I have repeat this kind of things, means all state we are assuming that is real, control is real, and that belongs to k dimensional space. Now if you solve this equation x dot equal to at xt plus bt into ut, then we have already seen that this is the solution, where this particular matrix phi t1 and t0, I have started my system at t0, and after that I am going to see the future trajectory at t1, and that future trajectory as t1 I have defined as a x1, and this is the solution. We have already know that how to solve time varying, linear time varying differential equation, and I have given one lecture on that. So if you have confusion, then please again check the lecture. And this is called state transition matrix. So somehow state transition matrix is giving the idea how states are evolving with respect to time. Now let us come to the definition. So first definition is called reachable subspace. So let us try to see the definition. So what we are telling that I have two time. So I have started my system at t0, and after that I am going to look my trajectory at t1. So the reachable or controllable from the origin, so both are the same terminology. Either people are using reachable or controllable from the origin. And suppose I have this time instant t0 to t1, I will tell you why I have taken the finite time interval. And after that, whatever space I can reach from the origin, that space I have defined using this symbol. So this is just a simple symbol of reachability we are using in this lecture. Consist of all state x1, this is future state, for which there exists a input, and I have told you that input is function of time, and I am just considering time between these two intervals. Due to that reason t0 t1 comes into picture, and input belongs to rk space. Transfer the state from xt0 from 0 to x1 t equal to x1. So without loss of generality, we are assuming that x equal to 0 is my equilibrium point. So what is my interest? Is it possible to steer the trajectory from the equilibrium point to some finite point, and that finite point is x1 in some finite time t1? And why we are just talking in finite time? So if you remember the previous lecture, at that time what we have seen that basically I have taken one hypothetical system, and in that hypothetical system, is it not possible to control some state? But what happens? Sometime uncontrollable state is itself decaying with respect to time. We have seen using hypothetical example. So what happens that after very large time, even if a state is not controllable, but that is going to become zero automatically, and due to that reason, now what happens, what is difficulty comes into picture, we are not able to understand the contribution of that state. But if you see some just some finite time interval t0 to t1, at that time you are able to understand the behavior. So what we are telling that system is controllable from the origin. Similarly, second definition, I am telling that controllable to the origin, and basically due to that reason two notions people are using. So I am at equilibrium point, and after that I am going to steer to some point x1, then that is called reachability from the origin. And mathematically we are telling like this: x1 belongs to Rn, and after that if system is controllable, then I can give guarantee that at least there exists one control which steer from origin to this point x1. So and we know the solution. So if I put 0 here, then t0 to t I have solution x1 equal to 0, and I have to show that there exists at least one control in order to show that something is reachable or controllable from the origin. Next definition is called controllable subspace. So sometimes it is possible to show that whole space I cannot able to move in whole Rn space by defining some kind of control from one point, means defining some kind of control. So I cannot move in arbitrary point, but at least in some part of a space I can move. I will show you using some kind of physical example, and due to that reason, that is reachable subspace. Subspace is somehow, you can assume like means you can think like this: I have set, and after that I have certain kind of subset. Similarly here I have some kind of space, and inside that I have some kind of subspace. And means I am not going to talk about that what is vector space, what is subspace in this lecture, but it is better that means if you have certain idea of vector space, then clearly you are able to understand that subspace is somehow itself a vector space. So don't worry, you can just assume that okay, some kind of point that is denoted by x1 is reachable from the 0, and I am going to collect all point, and I am telling that there exists a control, and if this collection occur and we are able to define control, then system is called controllable from the origin, and that space is called reachable subspace. Similarly, I have told you that controllable to the origin means again same kind of time t1, t0, and at that time I am denoting this space like this by this c, and after that what I am telling that consist all state x0 for which there exists a control that transfer from any initial condition. Now I have non-zero initial condition, and I am going to give guarantee that in some finite time t1 that equal to 0. So now you are able to clearly picturize this. So if I have some kind of uncontrollable system also, what we have observed in previous class, if uncontrollable mode is stable, then what happens? For large time, suppose that I have some state x3 and x3 satisfy x3 dot equal to minus x3, then after very large time that decay to 0, but in finite time I cannot give guarantee that decay to the 0 or equilibrium point, and due to that reason finite time is very important. And actually somehow these two notion, one notion I am steering trajectory from the initial condition means equilibrium point to some point in a state space, and here some finite initial condition to the equilibrium point. And similar kind of definition is here my point of interest is 0, so I have to solve this kind of equation or this kind of integral equation, and after that we have to give guarantee that there exists a control u, and then system is called controllable. So we have two different notion, one is called reachable subspace, another is called controllable subspace, and similarly we are talking about reachability and controllability. So now I hope that these two notion become clear to you. Controllability means I have some kind of initial condition and I am going to steer the system trajectory from that initial condition to equilibrium point. And reachability means by using control we are telling there exists a control such that I can steer the trajectory from the origin to some finite point. And everywhere finite time is very important. Now let us try to see that how to determine that, and it is easy because we know the solution. So if we know the solution, then I can find the reachable subspace, and I have to show that means for some control u I have this kind of solution. Similarly here some control vt I have this kind of solution in order to prove the controllability or controllable subspace, in order to find the controllable subspace. And here you can notice that I have already told you that this is a state transition matrix. So phi t1, t0, x0, and this is non-singular. So if you take, and you know that phi t, t0 and phi inverse t minus t0 identity. But if you apply here, then what happens that I have now t0 to t1, so t0 to t1, and after that if you take the inverse of this, then inverse of this become t0 to t1, and after that if you multiply, then this kind of things comes into picture. So please check the previous lecture where I have talked about the state transition matrix. So I have to just solve this kind of differentially this kind of integral equation, and I have to give guarantee there exists v tau. It is possible to show that both solution is actually means solution of this and this is almost equivalent, means if u is exist, then it is possible to show that v is also exist for continuous time system. And due to that reason, people are telling that if something is controllable in linear time invariant or time varying system, then also that is reachable. So the notion of reachability and controllability is exactly equivalent, not same, that is equivalent in case of linear system, either that is linear means continuous linear system, either that is time varying or time invariant. And it means that if v exists, then I can give guarantee that you can just put negative sign, then you also exist. Now let us try to see one physical example. So again I have taken very simple example. So that is parallel RC network, and here x1 is the voltage across capacitor, x2 is the voltage across this capacitor. So I can able to understand the current flowing through this capacitor C1, that is C1 dv by dt, and here v is x1, so dx1 by dt. And same current I can give guarantee that also following through this resistor R1, and here voltage is V, because here both are in parallel. So I have voltage U minus x1 and by R1, and that is equal to current. If you equate this, then this kind of a state space model comes into picture. So please do that exercise and try to convince yourself that state space equation for this parallel RC circuit can be represented like this. And here you can see that this is autonomous system. And why this is autonomous system? Because I am assuming that R1 and C2, R1 C1 and R2 C2 is constant. But easily you can create time varying system. Just you can assume that R1 is depending on the time. So as time increase, then time varying resistance comes into picture, and then this is converted into time varying system. So using this simple example, you are able to picturize time invariant system or time varying system. But for time being, you can assume this is a time varying system, a time invariant system, and you know the solution. This is the solution, and because e power at, and here if that is diagonal, then solution become e power 1 by r1 c1 e power 1 by r2 c2 and integral of this. So please check it, and we know that if I have some kind of differential equation x dot equal to ax plus bu, then solution can be written like xt equal to e power a x e power a t into x1 0, and after that integral e power a t minus tau. Due to that reason t minus tau comes into picture, plus b, and here b basically that is this matrix, and after that ut. If you solve, if you check everything, then this is the solution. So this is the solution for this particular differential equation. And after that, if you assume this kind of things, if you assume that 1 by r1 c1 plus 1 by r2 c2 equal to omega, so 1 by r1 c1 is called the time constant of the circuit. If the two time constant is equal, that is equal to omega, then it is possible to write this differential equation like this. So please be careful, xt is x1 x2, x0 is x1 0 and x2 0, and due to that reason I have to multiply 1 here in order to maintain that this is also some kind of vector and control u belongs to R. Now try to see the equation number 4, and now what is my aim? My aim is to first talk about the reachable state. And how to check about reachable state? First you can put initial condition equal to 0, and after that I have to show that there exists some kind of control such that I can move from one place to another place. So I have defined some kind of alpha t here, and it is possible, you can see that after defining this, suppose there exists some kind of voltage, and now what happens that you can select any voltage here. It is possible to show that xt is x1 and x2 both are equal. So what happens that by selecting some kind of voltage, you are not able to set arbitrary value of x1 and x2 here. You are just able to set equal value always. It means that I cannot compel this circuit to take some kind of value where x1 not equal to x2. So it means that from 0 I cannot arbitrarily move anywhere. Whenever I will move, at that time x1 equal to x2. So imagine like that, you have two-dimensional space, so you are only able to move across the line where x1 equal to x2. It means that only in two-dimensional space, because second order system, only line through the origin that represent the reachable space, and same kind of things that is coming from this part mathematical analysis, and I can represent that reachable space like this. Now let us try to come to the another thing that is called controllable subspace, and in order to do that I have to put final point equal to 0, and if you put the final point equal to 0, so again you can see that this particular equation has solution provided this vector and this vector is aligned. Otherwise I cannot give guarantee that this equal to 0, and again what we are telling that I have subspace like this. So what is my conclusion? That if time constant are equal, then I cannot maintain any arbitrary voltage across two capacitor. Whatever voltage across one capacitor, same voltage will reflect about the another capacitor. So whole space is not reachable, and if something is not reachable because this is continuous time linear system, then also not controllable. Only some part is reachable and controllable. But if you take this kind of relation, then you are able to move. It means that you are able to maintain any kind of voltage, and due to that reason means in this way controllability give one kind of information that how to select R1 C1 and R2 C2 if you are willing to maintain some different voltage. So in this way we have talked about the reachability and controllability, and what we have observed that in continuous linear case, if something is controllable, then that is reachable also, and due to that reason it is just enough to talk about the controllability. There is no need to talk about the reachability, particularly in case of continuous linear system. Now let us try to talk about this some kind of condition. So we have seen the definition, and using help of definition we have defined the controllable subspace and reachable subspace. After that we have also seen that if something is reachable, then and if there exists some control, then negative of control if you will put, then that also implies the controllable. And due to that reason we are telling that both are equivalent notion in case of linear time varying, continuous linear time varying on and time invariant case. It is possible to show that in case of discrete time system both are not equivalent. I will show you that. Now let us come to the some kind of condition. Using that condition, some kind of matrix condition, using that it is possible to check that some system is controllable or not. In previous class, how basically we are checking, we are transforming the system, and after transforming the system into simple form, after that we are checking that system is controllable or observable or not. But in today's class, for controllability, I am going to give some kind of matrix criteria, and using that matrix criteria it is possible to talk about the controllability of system. So what we are telling that n dimensional pair, because in order to talk about controllability, what we have seen that I want to design control such that I am willing to steer my state from x1 and to x2. So only two things comes into picture, that system matrix A and input matrix B. So the output doesn't play any role in controllability. We will discard the output equation in this study whenever we are talking about the controllability. Obviously, when we start talking about observability, at that time we have to brought the output equation also. So we are telling that n dimensional pair AB is controllable provided this matrix. You can see that in first sight it is very difficult to predict that why we are talking about this matrix, but after during proof you are able to convince yourself that why we are talking about this matrix. Somehow from the solution people have generated this kind of matrix, and I have already told you that how basically we are formulating the theorem. First we are derive everything, and whatever crux of the matter comes into picture, whatever concentrated result comes into picture, we are putting inside the theorem. So we are telling that this WC and WC we will define later. Somehow this WC is called controllability Gramian. So this WC is defined like this. So this is exactly equal to this, means either you can put here tau or t minus tau, both are equal, and this is non-singular. It means that if someone just check that this matrix is non-singular, then they can easily tell that means n dimensional pair AB is controllable, means whole linear system. Here I am talking about linear time invariant system. In later part I will also talk about linear time varying system. So that is controllable. And after that another equivalent criteria, because I am telling that all statement is equivalent, it means that one is equivalent to 2, one is equivalent to 3, one is equivalent to 4 and 5. So all are same statement. So n into np controllability matrix, and here you can see that whatever matrix here I have created B, AB, A square B, A and minus 1 into B. If you check the rank of this matrix, then it is possible to show that in case of controllable condition, rank is n. If rank is less than n for nth order system, then we will tell that system linear time invariant system is not controllable. Similarly, it is possible to show the fourth condition where n cross n plus p matrix A minus lambda I and B has full row rank at every eigenvalue lambda of the A. If system is controllable, then this statement also comes into picture. And after that, fifth statement also comes into picture. If in addition all eigenvalue of A has negative real part, it means that I have already told you that if I have some system x dot equal to ax, and suppose I have no forcing function and all eigenvalue is strictly negative, then this system is exponentially stable or asymptotically stable. So here what we are telling that if eigenvalue of A is negative real part, then the unique solution is positive definite. So it means that solution of this WC is always positive definite. And what is WC? This solution is called controllability Gramian here and can be expressed like this. If you remember the Lyapunov equation, then somehow that looks like this only. Here AP plus P A transpose equal to minus Q. And what we have observed there, that Q is positive symmetric definite, or here WC, you can see that is also, we are going to show that is positive symmetric definite, means this matrix is 0 only if X transpose WCT into X equal to 0. So somehow this is connected to the Lyapunov theory also. So what we have observed, that suppose I have some linear system, and how to talk about the controllability, because I have told you that if some system is controllable, then one can steer the state from one point to another point, or from any non-zero point to origin also, because that is notion of controllability, and controllability always implies reachability in case of continuous linear system, and due to that reason we are talking like that. So now if you just check the rank of this matrix, and this matrix is also called Kalman test, people are talking about Kalman test. So this test, because this is given by Kalman, so this is also called Kalman test. So let us prove this theorem, because proof is also very interesting, and in this way you are able to learn that how to prove some kind of theorem also. So first I am going to show that these two are two form, because I have told you that this controllability Gramian, either you can put a tau here or a t minus tau, both are equal. So first try to see the equivalence of this, and it is pretty easy. Just you can define some tau bar, and after that if you substitute here, and then you will get this kind of things. Now just replace tau bar by t, then you will get like this. Now what we have seen, that these two form, this form as well as this form, are exactly equal. Now what we have seen here, that WC is written like EATB B transpose EAT tau. It means that if you define some vector as a X EAT B, then this become X transpose. So always this is positive, and so I can tell that this is positive definite, but it might possible for some non-zero X. I have developed some kind of X here in order to check the positive definite and positive semi-definite. It might possible for non-zero value also this become zero. So we have to little bit become careful. So I can just able to tell that this is positive semi-definite, and later we will check that that kind of condition is comes into picture or not. Means for non-zero, some if I have some kind of X non-zero vector, so using that two vector I am going to convert this as a some kind of function, and after that we are energy like function, and we are talking about the positive definiteness of that energy like function. And another thing, it is positive definite if and only if it is non-singular. So we are going to show that this particular controllability Gramian matrix, that is positive definite if and only if it is non-singular. And so now I have to show that WC is non-singular, and then X dot equal to AX plus BU is controllable. So again I have told you that in order to guess WC, people have used the definition, because whenever we are talking about controllability, controllable space and reachable space, at that time I have solved the differential equation, and based on solution I am going to check the feasibility of UT. So let us first check the solution. Now controllability and observability, controllability and reachability are equivalent. So due to that reason, either you can talk from steering from origin to 0 or 0 to some non-zero point, that is okay. So I have this kind of solution, and now I am going to define control like this. And here you can see that I can define control like this only if inverse of this exists. And if you see WC, then WC is function of time. So I have to make sure that for all t this should be non-singular. Otherwise I cannot define the control. So this kind of control, if I am able to define, then I can claiming that from any non-zero value x0, I can able to achieve xt equal to x1. So let us try to see by substituting this control inside this particular solution that is given by 10. So if you substitute that control, and I am assuming that WC is non-singular, then you can see that xt1 equal to x1 just by simple calculation. It means that WC is non-singular, then I can able to achieve any value of x1 by defining this kind of control. So x0 is your initial condition and x1 is your final condition. So inside control you can give the information of this, but in order to design control you have to make sure that WC inverse T1 is non-singular. Otherwise you are not able to write WC means inverse of WC. And due to that reason we are telling that this control comes into picture provided this controllability Gramian matrix is non-singular. Non-singular for all T means that is also invertible. And if that is invertible, then always I can define this control. So suppose you have some kind of linear time invariant system and you have to design control. So one control you can design like this. And what is beauty of this control? Beauty of this control that in finite time you are able to move from one point to another point. So we have seen different kind of stability, particularly in when we are talking about the Lyapunov stability, and at that time we are talking about the convergence. So what is our aim? That my trajectory is not after disturbing that again come back to equilibrium point. And exponential stability means that come to the equilibrium point exponentially fast. But still, if something is exponentially fast, again time taken is infinity. But here what is beauty? In finite time I am able to move from one point to another point. So this kind of convergence is also called finite time convergence. So if you have linear time invariant system, if you apply this kind of control, then always you are able to get finite time convergence. So for any linear time invariant system, at least I have one of the way where I can design the control, and control contain the information of initial condition and final condition. Now, since we are telling that if AB is controllable, then this matrix WC is basically non-singular. Now we have to prove the converse, because all means all statements are equivalent. So I have to prove if and only if. And now we are assuming that suppose the pair is controllable, but WCT inverse is not positive definite for some time. It means that I am assuming that it might possible some situation someone may think that okay, controllability Gramian matrix may not be always invertible. That is the meaning of this. So try to create some kind of contradiction. So you can take controllability Gramian matrix, multiply both sides by V. In this way this map to one dimension, and after that you can see that this equal to 0, and we have to prove that this equal to 0 for means this equal to 0 only when V equal to 0. If V is non-zero, then never that is 0. So we have to prove that, and it means that this implies this. And if you check this kind of condition, then this condition implies that for all t0 to t, so x dot equal to ax is controllable if there exists input that transfer the initial condition x0. So I can scale out the initial condition to xt equal to 0, and if you pre-multiply or post-multiply this, then you can see that I have 0 equal to v square plus 0. If you apply this kind of condition, I have applied this kind of condition here basically. So using this kind of condition, I have this equal to 0. So now 0 equal to v square plus 0. So I have only one choice, that is v0. So if I assume that v is non-zero, here I have assumed v is non-zero, then never this kind of condition occur when this equal to 0. And due to that reason, we are telling that controllability Gramian matrix is always invertible or non-singular. So in this way I can, so what we have established till now, if AB is controllable, then there always exists controllability Gramian matrix, and that is always non-singular. Now let us try to see the another part, because I have 5 equivalent statement. Third statement is related to some kind of, I have some kind of matrix, controllability matrix people are telling, and their rank should be n. So in order to prove that, again I am going to take the help of controllability Gramian, and I know that in this way I can define the controllability Gramian, and controllability Gramian that equal to 0 if WC is non-singular, if there exists no n cross 1 0 vector v such that this kind of condition. We have already seen this. Now what we are telling that WC is non-singular, then controllability matrix C has full rank. So I have to show this. So again, what you can assume that by proof by contradiction, you can assume that okay, C doesn't have full rank, and after that you can create one kind of contradiction. So if that is not full rank, then there exists an one cross non-zero vector such that this equal to 0, and if this equal to 0, it means that because I know this C is controllability matrix, I have defined controllability matrix here like this: C equal to B A B A square B A n minus 1 B, because this condition most of time people are using just this condition to check the controllability of this system. So in previous class I have taken one hypothetical example, and after that one physical example. Now you can do one exercise. You can know the A matrix and B matrix and try to see the rank of this matrix. You are able to show that rank is not n, that is less than n, and due to that reason system is not controllable, because whatever fourth order system I have created in previous class, and I have told you that that is neither controllable nor observable. Now you can check from this condition. Obviously you can check from this condition also, but this is very standard. So now I have to prove that, and how to prove that, just I have put here. It means that, and after that EAT plus B, it is possible to show that if you do the expansion of this term e power at, then that is B A B A square B, because e power at is I plus A square by factorial 2, like that. So this kind of things comes into linear combination of this. So we conclude that this equal to 0. So this contradicts the singularity assumption of WC. And in this way, I can tell that okay, if controllability Gramian matrix is non-singular, so equivalently that is implying B A B A n minus 1. Please be careful here. I have to just check up to n minus 1. B equal to, this has rank equal to n. Now again, everywhere I am talking about if and only if condition. So now suppose C is full rank but WC is singular, and again by contradiction I can prove that this is not possible. So what you can do, again you can assume that there exists a non-zero vector V such that this condition holds, and you can check at t equal to 0, then Vt B equal to 0, and after differentiating at k time you are able to see that we have this kind of matrix, and this contradicts the hypothesis that C has full row rank. So in this way I can prove that suppose C has full rank, then WC is non-singular. And finally what I am going to show that C has full rank, then matrix A lambda I B has full row rank at every eigenvalue of A. And suppose one eigenvalue I will take lambda 1, and I have some kind of vector 1 cross n vector which is not 0. So if I multiply that, that equal to 0, and after that we know that here this q is the vector and A has, if that is eigenvalue, and here I am assuming that this is eigenvector, then this kind of things comes into picture. And q is left eigenvector of A, and if we compute this kind of things, then obviously this comes into picture, and if you do k times, then this kind of things comes into picture. Thus we have this, and this again contradicts the hypothesis. So in this way we are able to, so this is the everywhere I am using proof by contradiction. Now I have to show that this matrix has unique solution that is represented like this, and you have already proved this during the session of Lyapunov stability. So you can just prove means substitute here, and it is possible to show that this equal to this. And in order to show the uniqueness, now you can assume that two solution, and finally it is possible to show that both solution is equal. So in this way we are able to establish all condition. So now what is my conclusion? Conclusion is very simple. If I have some linear time invariant system, how to check the controllability? Controllability is very easy to check. You can create some kind of matrix A square B up to A n minus B and check the rank of that matrix. If that has rank equal to n, then linear system is controllable. And how to define control action? You can just define the controllability matrix, and with help of controllability matrix I can define the control action such that I can steer the system from one point to another point in finite time. So somehow I can able to generate some kind of control action which is able to move the system trajectory from one point to another point in finite time. Now let us try to see one more thing. What we have done in previous class, whenever I have to talk about controllability and observability, most of time we are converting system. So we are going to see, so that means whatever controllability property that remain invariant under equivalence transformation. If that is not equivalent or not invariant means remains same, means controllability of original system and controllability of transform system both are the same. If original system is controllable, it is possible to show that transform system is also controllable, and vice versa. So try to show this. So we know that controllability matrix of original system is B, A, B, A, n minus 1 and B, and after that I have defined some kind of transformation. Suppose I have x dot equal to ax plus bu, and after that I have defined z equal to px, and after that I am going to take z dot, that is px dot, and in place of x dot I will put ax plus bu. So I have pa x, and again if I convert x in z coordinate, then I have p inverse. So A matrix is going to convert into A bar. We have already seen several times, I have discussed in previous class, and B transform to B bar. So now if you create controllability matrix based on this, it is possible to show that by this arrangement I have this kind of things. I can take P odd, so just by rearrangement I have done this, and after that you can see that here whatever rank of C, same rank I can give that PC has same rank. Why? Because you can see here that whatever P matrix I have defined, that is also invertible, means that is never singular, that is always non-singular. Due to that reason, whatever rank of this, same rank I have C, and due to that reason we are telling that during equivalent transformation controllability property remains invariant. It means that if original system is non-controllable, transform system is non-controllable. If original system is controllable, transform system is controllable. And due to that reason, in previous class we are able to apply transformation in order to show that which state is controllable, which state is not controllable. And it is possible to show that observability property is also remains invariant under equivalence transformation. And due to that reason, in previous class when we are talking about idea of controllability and observability, frequently we are using this kind of notion. So this is consistent. Now till now I have talked about the controllability of linear time invariant system, and one another class that is little more complicated, that is linear time varying system. So let us try to see how to extend the result of linear time invariant for linear time varying system. And most of time result is somehow means what happens that linear time invariant system is relatively simple. So first we are trying to develop result for linear time varying time invariant system, and after that we are going to extend, but several time extension is not possible. So let us see what kind of difficulty basically we are facing. So n dimensional pair AT-BT is controllable at time t0 if and only if there exists a finite time t1 greater than t0. T0 I have started my experiment, and after that we are worrying about t1, such that again if this kind of Gramian matrix that is non-singular, and where phi t1 tau is the state transition matrix. Again I have told you that whenever we are making some kind of Gramian, controllability Gramian, that is inspired from the solution, and due to that reason, and how basically we are calculating the solution of linear time varying and linear time invariant system with help of state transition matrix. And how to find state transition matrix? Just by seeing the autonomous part, and due to that reason we are telling that phi t tau is the state transition matrix. If you have confusion on a state transition matrix, please again see the previous lecture. So we first show that WCT T0T is non-singular, same like in linear time invariant case. So first you can write the solution, and after that you can again claim this kind of control action. So, and I have already told you that if you are able to design this kind of control action, then what is beauty? That this kind of control action is able to steer some trajectory from one point to another point in finite time. So suppose you have some kind of robotic system, and if you are willing to move that robotic system from one point to another point, then you can define this kind of control, provided another restriction you have, but that is at least theoretically this kind of control is always feasible. Now in order to see the feasibility, just I have to make sure that WC inverse exists. And when WC inverse exists, if AT-BT is controllable, because AT is the system matrix and BT is the control matrix. And if you substitute this, then it is possible to show that xt1 equal to x1. Now obviously I will show the converse. So what I am telling that, suppose xt into ATX plus BTU is controllable at T0, but WCT0T is singular or positive semi-definite for all t greater than equal to T0. Then again, first you can map it to the one dimension, and after that again you can show same like the linear time invariant case. You try to show that, means this kind of things occur only when v equal to 0. So same way I am able to prove. So I am going to skip the proof. Now another important things is here, that whenever we are talking about controllability condition, what we have observed in linear time invariant case. So without checking the controllability Gramian also, I can talk about the controllability. How? If I will see the rank of matrix B, AB, A square B, and after that similarly A n minus 1 into B, then by seeing the rank I am able to talk about the controllability of the original system. So there is no need to calculate the controllability Gramian. What is difficulty in controllability Gramian? Try to see the expression of controllability Gramian again. Actually that contain this matrix phi t1 and tau, and you all are well aware that calculating state transition matrix in case of time varying system is difficult. First you have to calculate the fundamental matrix. How to calculate fundamental matrix? By taking the several initial condition that is linearly independent, and after that one can define this matrix. So it is little bit tough job. So now we are going to define some kind of condition where without checking the phi t tau without involving phi t tau, same like LTI system, is it possible to talk about the controllability or not? And answer of this question is yes. And let us try to see that, but we have to assume that AT and BT is n minus 1 time continuously differentiable, means whatever entry of matrix AT and BT, that is n minus 1 time continuously differentiable. So first I will assume M0T equal to BT, and after that I am going to define next matrix with help of AT and BT like this. And here I have to continue this loop up to n minus 1. After that, you can see that here BT is M0T, so I can also write like this, and it is possible to show that if you put phi t2 into tau, and if you take partial derivative with respect to t, then this kind of condition will satisfy. You can easily able to check by putting a state transition matrix inside differential equation dx by dt equal to at. And after that, if you take the partial derivative here, then this kind of things comes into picture. If you calculate m time derivative, then this kind of things comes into picture. Then in order to check the controllability, now you have to just check the n dimensional pair AT and BT is controllable at T0, because whenever we are talking about time varying system, then when we start our experiment, that is very important, and due to that reason controllability at T0 we are telling. If someone start experiment as T1, then we are telling that controllability at T1. So we have to just check the rank of this matrix, and after that if this rank is n, then I can tell that system is controllable, means linear time varying system is controllable. And again proof of this is again remains same like linear case. So suppose WCT0 is singular and positive semi-definite, then again I will create some kind of non-zero constant vector v such that this kind of condition is hold, and after that again this will imply this. And similarly by taking m time derivative, we are going to create this kind of condition. At that time we are creating b a square b. Here somehow with BT and AT we are creating this kind of matrix, and after that we are checking the rank of this matrix. So in this way somehow either now means proof is very simple, same like previous case. So if you understood the previous case, then it is also possible to understand this case. And in order to maintain this as a non-singularity, so always just one thing you have to remember, that controllability Gramian should be non-singular. And if you are able to maintain, then it is possible to show that AT into BT is controllable. So somehow whatever result you are going to talk, equivalent result, somehow you have to brought means controllability Gramian matrix, and after that you have to show that whatever condition you are going to state, that is equivalent to show that controllability Gramian is non-singular. So in that way you are able to prove that statement. So let us try to take one example, because in case of linear time invariant system, I have already told you that whatever the means example I have given in previous class means one hypothetical example of fourth order system. So from there you can take B and A, and after that calculate B, A square B, and see the rank of that matrix. And it is possible to show that rank of that matrix is not full. So due to that reason, system is not fully controllable. Let us try to check for this linear time varying system. So in linear time varying system, I have told you that how to generate. First I have to generate M0, and after that based on the information of M0 I can generate M1, and that is pretty easy to generate now. So in this way you will generate using M0 you can generate M1, using M1 you can generate M2, and after that if you have 3 cross 3 matrix, then 3 term is there. Now you have to show that for all t this matrix should be non-singular, then only I have full rank. And if that is possible, then we are telling that this system is controllable. Now you are able to design control such that I can move from any point to any other point in a state space, third dimensional state space. Similarly, suppose you have this system x dot like this and or like this. So it is possible to show that here by controllability, that this particular here we are doing by controllability Gramian matrix, that this particular time varying system is no longer controllable. So let us check, just you can check it. So this is one example. And after, so now let us come to the conclusion. So what is our conclusion? That if I have continuous linear time varying or time invariant system, then before designing the control action, first I have to check the controllability. If you are able to check the controllability, then I can give guarantee that it is possible to steer trajectory from one point to another point, because notion of controllability and reachability both are equivalent in case of continuous time linear system. So I can able to move from any two point in the state space. Now, how to give guarantee? One way you can see the controllability Gramian. Controllability Gramian is formed with help of the state transition matrix. And another way, another equivalent way, you can just check the rank of controllability matrix, that is B A square B, and similarly a n minus 1 B. And in case of time varying system, you have to generate some kind of equivalent BT and AT. And how to generate? We are generating with help of M0. So with M0 and AT, and I'm assuming that AT and MT, AT and BT is sufficiently many time differentiable, and that is not the case. And due to that reason, this is not necessary and sufficient condition. That is just sufficient condition. But using controllability Gramian matrix, that is necessary and sufficient condition. It means that if controllability Gramian matrix is non-singular, then there always exists some kind of control action such that I am able to steer system trajectory from one point to another point. So what we have learned in this lecture? We have learned two things. First, we have learned that without designing the control action, is it possible to move trajectory from one point to another point or not? Another, how to design at least one kind of control action such that in finite time I can move from one point to another point, and how one can design with help of controllability matrix. So now suppose if you have any physical system, for midsem I have already given some kind of system. So if you have nonlinear system, then linearize it. So either that is time invariant system or time varying system. Now you can design one control such that it is possible to move trajectory from one point to another point, and with help of this you are able to do. So with this remark I am going to close the today's lecture. So thank you very much.